Jimmy, through to the Worcestershire Senior Cup final, how does that feel?
Yeah, good. It's one of them where probably at the start of the year you're looking at sort of the priority list, and obviously the priority is the league and the FA Trophy and the FA Cup, the FA Trophy. But we're in a position whereby and we were in a position whereby it's good to get to a final. It's good to come to a place like this. I think it was a little bit of a similar game to the league game in terms of I thought we did really well tactically. We limited them to lots of set pieces, balls into our box, things like that. I think there were probably one moment on the counter attack that I can remember. Ronnie's got us out of trouble, and then the rest are pretty much ricochets and things that are difficult to control. So we also brushed up from the last time that we've been here, and again I'm looking at the group, I'm looking at how we're moving forwards, the performance, all that sort of stuff, and that was a step forwards from the Boxing Day game. We had chances of our own, not too many. We had a couple on the back post, especially one in the first half with Dylan. Makes good contact, he's in on the back post. So anyway, we've built upon the last time we were here, probably, 2 months ago now, just over a month ago. And then obviously, icing on the cake is we're through to a final.
And obviously you just mentioned about the defending the set pieces and all those balls going into the box. Obviously it's another really solid defensive display against probably one of the league leaders as well. So it's obviously proud to have that defensive structure.
Yeah, of course. I talk about it all the time about our defensive structure and having something to build upon, and we've kept a clean sheet at a place which is really difficult to come. They're a good team. They're a really, really good team. And they find ways to win. They found a way to win against us on Boxing Day. I've watched them find ways to win plenty of times this season. They're a good, strong outfit. We've come here, and the other thing to note on the tactical sort of side of things is, I think both teams are sort of on their last legs. I think some of the quality you could see at times, the heavy schedule for both teams was catching up on one or two. But again, we stayed disciplined, and like I say, at the end of the day, we've come away from games where we've done what we've done tonight and been on the wrong side of a little 1-0 or something like that. So to come away with a 0-0, we always want to win the game, but we've done it on penalties tonight. So we've got the job done in the end.
And obviously it's a clean sheet, so it's a bonus as well. But what's been the spirit's sort of the key factor to the turnaround we've had, isn't it?
Spirit, definitely, but again, I remember talking during that real bad period that we had, and the dressing room didn't waver. That was one of the things that really drove me forwards, was the dressing room, what was happening inside the dressing room. It didn't waver. It didn't feel like a group that was struggling to build any sort of momentum at all, and results were going against us and all the rest of it. It didn't necessarily feel like that, and I think the boys are learning. Like, I look at Dylan Mitchell every time he plays, he seems to have learned every single time, and his performance levels are just getting better and better. And not only his performance levels, his know-how. So again, I said to him in the last 5 minutes there, where he's hooking balls on, that's what the game demands at this level. That's what the game demands at plenty of levels, and he's learning, the group are learning, and again, we're defending balls into our box. So when our shape's good, it limits teams to sort of having to go a little bit more direct, and we're dealing with that, and we're dealing with the second ball as well much better.
Obviously, you mentioned in the week this was on top of your agenda, but how proud are you now to actually say it's a realistic thing?
Yeah, I mean, it is. We had to make changes. Like I said, the schedule's tough for us, and then sort of coming Saturday, Monday, like from the heavy pitch on Saturday, we made the changes that we had to make. But also, I looked at the squad, and I looked at the squad Saturday, and I looked at the bench, and I thought, I have to be able to turn around and be able to chuck anyone on at any time, whether it be for 90 minutes. If someone goes down injured in the first minute, I have to be able to chuck them on. Whether it's 1 minute, 90 minutes, I have to be able to. And what was pleasing was we did make those changes tonight. And it didn't affect us all that much. We didn't look disjointed. It wasn't one of those types of performances. Everybody just slotted into their roles, and we had a plan. We had a plan for various different situations, different things that Redditch might try and do to us. We had a plan, and all the boys listened and executed.
And just finally, touching on the next game, which is back at home against Stamford. But that's just the focus now, isn't it? Just to dust ourselves down and go again.
Yeah, of course. The priority, realistically, the priority's got to be the league. It has to be to finish the season strong. We've still got work to do in the league. We're not fully out the water. We're in a much better position than we were a few months ago. Don't get me wrong, but we want to finish the season as strong as possible. We want to be get as high a table as possible come the back end of April. That's the priority, and then the nice thing is we've got a little cup final to look forward to during that period. So it's a nice way to sort of move towards the end of the season, both in the league but also in this cup.